in doing all the things that women do, whether it's being at home, looking after your kids, making sure that the household is taken care of, or you're at work, you're being a big business tycoon, you're being an entrepreneur, an activist, whatever multiple roles that women play at the same time, one tends to forget that at the bottom of it all, the most important person is you. We tend to lose sight of that because we get so caught up in all the other duties that we're playing that we forget that, okay, you know what, even I'm important in my life. And if it means something as simple as making sure my hair is alright, or I'm wearing a nice pair of earrings because they make me feel pretty, I think that time that you spend in grooming yourself is just a way of telling yourself that, listen, I love you too. It's not just my kids, it's just not my husband or my mother or my father or my job or whatever. I love you too. I want to make sure that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you feel a sense of happiness. I'm not saying, I'm not for vanity. Actually, I am for vanity. I do believe that people should why look good when you can look great. I always believe that. So I feel just the fact that you stop for those few moments in the day, something as simple as braiding your hair, or like I said, putting on a nice piece of jewelry. If it just makes you feel that, okay, in a 24-hour day, I can spare that much time just for myself. So I think, having said that, I think it's essential for women to do at least that little bit for themselves. And of course, time being of the essence, one realizes that you may not have time to go and sit at a salon, take an appointment, go chill, unless you know Sapna Bhavnani, then, she'll kind of squeeze you in. You can pull a few strings, but otherwise, in the middle of all the mayhem that happens in each woman's day, you're like, "Arey, baal nahi bane, chalo koi baat nahi, I'll just tie a bun and I'll get out. Oh, I haven't forgotten to wear my rings. Oh, I forgot to put on some earrings." I'm always leaving the house having forgotten something. So, I think it's important when you find these quick tools to sort of make yourself feel a little good or give yourself that little ego boost. It only adds to the day.
And it's scientifically proven, right? That's what Gul and I were speaking about, that it does a lot for your confidence in the way you feel about yourself. So, Gul, with this whole thing, with you being so active on social media and things like that, where do you think vanity, as you said, and the selfie thing, the whole selfie culture, the whole social media culture, with the trends of beauty style and looking, and the urban woman today, how do you think that fits in?
I think
what is the role it plays?
To use a traditional word for it, Shringar is still a very important part of every woman's life. But I think for women on the go, which is what all of us are, it's not what makes up most of their day. I think looking good is important because A, it makes you feel good, and B, it's like as Shruti said, why look good when you can look great? But I think the point that we try to make, all of us, is that this about being today is largely about doing all of that in the shortest possible time, because we packed our plates so much that for me, if I haven't figured out what I'm wearing tomorrow morning, this evening, there's no way on earth I'm going to be able to be all coordinated. I mean, I figured out I was wearing this dress in the morning. So if I had to just open my closet and look at it and say, oh my God, what am I going to wear? I would probably just throw on a pair of jeans like I always do. The point I'm making is the shortage of time, rather the number of roles we play and the number of things we do, are actually squeezing the shringar or the make yourself look good or dress up time dramatically. And anything that helps you in achieving that look, or anything that helps you being presentable or looking great and makes it happen quickly without taking too much of a toll on your time, is a great tool. I mean, which is why when, for me, with my first entrepreneurial venture, which was setting up MobiFit, it's a company that makes fitness apps. I think the idea behind that was women want to do something for their bodies and their health, but maybe they don't have the time to go to the gym, because today going to the gym means going to the gym, being in the gym, coming back from the gym, so it's a lot of time. Whereas the one device that we all never let go of today is our phone. So if there could be a fitness solution that you could find that could be in your phone as an app, it would be great. So we have a couple of apps. Of course, First Run, our running app, is India's highest downloaded health and fitness app. We have a couple other apps coming up which are focusing on strength, flexibility, and other aspects of fitness. But the idea was to make your time productive. to be able to do what you do in your whole day in a manner which doesn't take a big toll on your time. And I've never been someone who's been pressured to look a particular way. In fact, I'm a bit of a contrarian that maybe if I'd spent some more effort and time in dressing up, my life would have been very different. But I only started doing that a couple of years ago because I have tools now. So I came across this product which emancipated me. It liberated me from the whole chore, as Shru said. You know, sometimes your hair's dirty, you just tie a bun and go, because you know if you wash it, then you have to get a blow dry. So I think Daphne has completely changed my life. It's something that I go with, it's in my bag, and I'm no longer salon dependent. I mean, I know it's not great news for salons, but the point I was trying to make was, it really is about liberating myself and doing that Shringar aspect in even a shorter time with better results. Multitasking.
I think that's really relevant, where you have, this shortage of time and using your time better. Even what you do in that salon, if you have 3 hours, and what you spend that 3 hours on your, doing other things like getting a great cut or whatever it is. So you could use that better. So I think that's always interesting.
We can actually tell Sapna that maybe she can use the Daphne brush because she'll be able to do that many people's hair that much faster. So what she could do with just 2 people, now she can do with 4 people.
I'm sure.
No, but I mean, I completely agree with you guys. I think my salon is probably the only salon in India, or if not world, that does not sell products. We don't sell hair products. So if we don't sell hair products, we're not going to convince you to buy products, because we're not salespeople, we're here to cut your hair. And the motto of my salon has always been that if you spend more than 5 minutes on your hair on a daily basis, then you need to get a job or a life, whichever's easy. Whichever the easiest for you, please get that. But if you spend more, unless you're, of course, in the entertainment industry and you have a team of hair, makeup, blah, 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 people who are doing your hair, that's different. But on an everyday basis, if you spend more than 5 minutes on your hair, please. It's like not even acceptable.
I'm making that appointment at your
salon. That's why we from the very beginning, I was the person doing a rickshaw dry. We wouldn't even blow dry it. We were like, it's a rickshaw dry where we blast dry your hair and you see what your hair would look like after a rickshaw ride. Because that's where women on the go are. We're taking rickshaws and trains. And you want to make sure your hair looks good after that. And if it still looks good, it's a good haircut.
Well done, Sapna.
Yeah,
Bhavnani.
so this is what my invention was. It was called the rickshaw dry, and everybody still asks for the rickshaw dry because it's just a blast dry. So that's... But another thing, like we were talking about getting groomed on a daily basis, I say that, but for me, I'm an early riser. I wake up at 6 in the morning. I go to work at 1. Now, when I wake up at 6, from 6 to 11, I don't really speak, I don't do anything. But when I know now it's coming time for me to go to the salon, which is a very, it's a very social place to work because you have to talk. And even if you don't want to talk, your client will make sure that you talk. So you have to talk, right? So when I keep silent till 11, and then when I know, okay, now it's 2 hours till I have to talk, I start talking to my cats, I start talking to my plants, and slowly I get into the mood. But when I start grooming, I feel for me, grooming is more like an armor that I put on as a woman. Even if my boyfriend is at home, I kick him out of my room. I don't even allow my cats in my room. It's something that I like to do on my own time. And I take my time, even though I'm doing nothing. I'll just sit in front of the mirror and just stare at myself. I'm doing nothing, but it's all part of my grooming because it is that layer that I add on slowly. Then 5 minutes I'll do this. Then I'll put one lens. And sometimes these lenses, man, what the heck is that? Why can't Daphne come up with a 5-second lens? I've just started putting these things in my eyes. Because I take my time, I'll put one kajal, okay, stop, next. So I like to take my time only because I put on layers. So by the time 1 o'clock comes and I get to the salon, I put on so much armor, I can take talking for next 40 hours. And then I go back, go to sleep, silence when I wake up. So this is my routine, So I guess everyone their own. But I must say that Gul did send me the